Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Michael White. I'm a certified and registered hypnotherapist in private practice in Seattle, Washington. And you or you, wherever you are, listening intently now. And if you've been here before, you've seen some of my previous videos, welcome back. And if you're here for the first time, thanks for being here. The first thing I want all of you to do is to get into that comfortable position and allow your unconscious mind to have everything you've ever wanted in your life. Pretend as if you have everything you've ever dreamt of. If you don't have everything you've ever wanted in your life, that's okay. All you have to do is imagine, feel as if it's happening. We're just going to allow the unconscious to go into this state for a little while. And notice how your body instantly relaxes when I say that to you. A sense of no more searching has washed over your body. You can just relax right now. Don't have to do anything. Don't have to be anywhere. You can just listen to the sound of my voice, watch my wonderful face, and continue relaxing. That's important because this recording is about helping you feel comfortable in public around other people. We're going to be going backward into the past to free up any frozen emotional states that you might have stuck for yourself way back in the day, and we're going to move forward into the future with new and powerful resources. But for now, I just want you to experience what that's like, that sense of having everything you've ever dreamt of in your life. And I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about that big goal, that dream of opening up your own coffee shop, which for some people is a huge dream, and for others like, it's not a dream at all. Or becoming that dancer that you always wanted to be, or that famous writer, or that sculptor. I'm picking a lot of artistic things because people tend to, when they come to see me, talk about things that they'd like to be doing, which tend to be artistic. Opening a bank, perhaps. Something that you feel will really fulfill your life. I want you to have that now. That thing that you could have done years ago, but you blew it because you smoked too much marijuana. That thing, yes, right there. So go ahead and get settled and have that now. Feel as if every single cell and fiber of your being has that experience. You no longer want it, you have it. Good. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to help you in the future by going back in the past and being here right now. We're going to help you feel comfortable. When I'm working with students of improv, for those of you who don't know, I also am an improviser, and I teach improv as well. If someone feels uncomfortable on stage, I have them imagine that there's a 6-foot wall of concrete in front of them. 6 feet of concrete between them and the audience. And most of the time, students find that to be very helpful. They have this huge wall in front of them, and they can just be allowed to do whatever they want to do. The things I've noticed over and over when I've done this exercise with students is that when I first have them walking around on stage, pretending that they're conversing with somebody on stage with them, let's say it's a big room, they tend to be very quiet because they don't want to impede on other people's artistic process. But then when I have them stop and I have them say, okay, now I want you to be in that room with that imaginary person and imagine there's a 6-foot wall of concrete surrounding you. Boom, the voices get louder. Everyone acts as if they're in this own world and they're relating to this person in a theatrical way. It's very helpful. And that skill carries over onto the stage. Imagine being able to do whatever you want on stage because you have this giant barrier in front of you that no one can see in, no one can permeate unless you want them to. You can allow in any positive energy you want, and if you do need to relate to other people, you can just take down the wall for a moment, and if you need it back, you can put it back up. I want you to imagine how this would be helpful while you're in a bar, a very crowded bar, or you're walking down the street and you're used to having people say things about you, pick you apart, or you sense that everyone's watching you and seeing what's wrong with you. Put up those walls right now. And inside of this space, you feel very comfortable, very peaceful. And in fact, the more you're in this space, the more comfortable and peaceful you feel. And the more you do this, the more you realize you can take up the wall, you can put it down, you can do whatever you need to do to serve your highest benefit, to serve you the best. Good. Imagine now the place where you went in your life when you were younger, where you felt very uncomfortable. For me, it was swimming lessons. All of the teachers were being paid minimum wage, but they were totally evil because they didn't want to be there. I was a little kid, I was terrified. I went back in my mind and I just imagined this wall around me. Now, of course, if I jump in the water, I can't have a wall, whatever. You just use your imagination as it best fits you. I didn't sink to the bottom, although I did imagine sinking to the bottom, and that was fine. And then I just allowed myself to float up and then pretend like I was dead and scared all of those terrible instructors. They ran around screaming and crying because they're only getting minimum wage and they didn't know CPR back then. This was a long time ago. Or maybe they did, I don't remember. Anyway, but the point being, go ahead and find that place in your mind, in your life, where you could have used this. Perhaps it was school. Perhaps it would have been nice while sitting at your desk and the teacher's up there blah, blah, blahing away or yelling at you, even worse. Imagine that. Now you have this wall, even better. Boom, put it up, around you. The kid behind you kept popping your ear, put a wall up around you. And cool thing you can do is if the kid touches it, it burns him or explodes him or makes him float away or spikes, whatever you need to do to make your mind feel a lot better about this. Have fun with it. Be a little evil with it, that's good. Fun evil, you know what I mean. Good. Now I want you to imagine, now that you've gone in the past and you've changed that experience for you and you feel so much better now, I want you to imagine going forward into the future, a place where you might need this. Perhaps you have to meet a bunch of people that you don't want to meet. Let's say you're getting married down the road and there's going to be all of these strangers that your partner is inviting that you do not want to meet. All of his or her distant relatives all the way from back east who are going to talk about how they remember how little that person was, blah, 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 blah. Just, you have to be there and be gracious. Just imagine yourself. If you need this, put it up. And if you don't need that, put a shield around you, just a nice glowing light around you that will allow you to fizz out any negative energy, suggestions, thoughts, or ideas that come from the outside and only take in, filter in the great stuff. Draw in all of the resources you want. Allow it to come in. Allow anything you want to learn from anyone else on this planet to come in and you can absorb it. I want you to imagine sucking their brain, just taking all of the great stuff out of them and incorporating it into your life and being very appreciative of it. Thank you for allowing me to absorb your energy. Good. Great job. And again, when this feels like you've done it well, just go back to that state of having everything you've ever wanted. Feeling that sense of peace. Good. Now I want you to hear those internal voices in your head, the ones that put you down. I want that concrete wall to block out those voices and block out those feelings you don't like. Good. All visions, sounds, and feelings, block them out with this concrete. They can't permeate. If you need to put some lead lining in there because you got some x-ray kind of emotions, they can't get past it. Nothing can get past it except stuff that you want. And you'll know. You'll know you want it because it feels good to have it. Very good. Good, now take a deep breath. Come back to the room. Come back to the land of the living, and thank you very much. Again, my name is Michael White. It's been a pleasure for me to do this video. Come back for more, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.